Speaking of cold, bro, I wonder how long this is gonna be going on for here in Southern California.
The what?
It's how cold it is right now, bro.
Oh, I feel like we had a late winter, bro.
Think so?
Yeah. Everything. I see it like the season's getting pushed back.
Think so?
Yeah, I think so, Dad.
Damn. I never thought about it that way. I've always thought like Mother Nature's on time and shit.
I don't know. I feel like she's lagging.
Well, I'll tell you what, she's been lagging on giving us some water for like a good while in California. So I know we're getting a good amount of rain.
Not no more. We got hella water.
Yeah.
I heard all the droughts that we previously had are California is no longer in a drought anywhere.
Oh,
No,
really?
the amount of rain we got from what they said, because I was reading up on this, is that it got moved to the level below it. So now, like, instead of being like in drought, now we're not like severely in drought anymore. Like,
Okay.
like we're in a good state. But then, how do you think how hot summer's gonna be now?
We'll see.
We got a crazy winter,
I
rain.
think so. I don't know. Hopefully we're chilling. I don't know. Honestly, last summer wasn't too hot, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, it was hot.
It was hot, but it wasn't that hot, bro. Honestly, like compared to some summers I've had out here, like we've gotten to like some 112 shit, like 130.
Bro, Riverside broke records last year. What do you mean?
I
Yeah.
remember it being kind of that hot.
It got toasty, dog.
It
I
was
was
kind of
like,
hot
what
that
the heck?
summer, for sure.
I don't remember it being that hot at all.
We had the AC, bro. I don't think we got AC for like 6 months ago and shit. Or something. 5 months ago.
It was pretty hot, dude.
I don't know. I think I'm still used to the fucking AZ hot, bro. I don't know.
Arizona hot is... I don't like musty hot. That's the shit that I could not do. That's one thing I couldn't bear about Los Angeles for some reason when I went. Is that it was humid, musty, and... Oh my god, bro. Like, even if it was raining, which it kind of did at one night, it was still just musty, bro. You just feel musty. You feel humid. Well, which, by the way, I actually want to ask you guys a question. Can you guys do a music festival when it's raining? And if not, you think you could do it while it's raining? Does that mess up you guys' energy to go out and party and shit like that? Like, to attend a music festival?
I think it depends, bro. Like, I think, like, look at Countdown, for example.
Okay. I didn't go to Countdown, so...
I didn't go either, but, I mean, it was raining, bro. Because even during, New Year's Eve, or the day before New Year's Eve, it was pouring. Like, that whole weekend was pouring. Right. So, and then I saw the videos, people's cars getting flooded, and they were in the parking. Shit. Yeah, dude, and then one of the tents, water was dripping through.
Oh, damn.
And there was water also, like, where you would stand normally. But there was water, bro, like, up to your shoes.
Yeah, I was actually looking at some of these clips, and I was like, damn, there's a lot of good reasons why many people sold their Countdown tickets, like, last minute. Because I was kind of thinking to myself, too, if I had a Countdown ticket, if I had a music festival ticket, AEC, Beyond, Countdown for this example, if I heard that it was raining, I think I'd still go. But I would think about, like, maybe even selling my ticket. But I think ultimately I would still go. But for some people, like, that they draw the line at that. Like, if it's raining, I'm not going. But for some people, if it's raining, they even get more excited about it. Like, oh, I want to actually enjoy a music festival while it's raining. Like, that's something I've never done. But I just want to hear you guys' take on that. Like, would you guys attend music festivals even if it's still raining? Like, you're still going to go see your favorite artist if it's dripping?
I don't know, possibly, dude. Like, if we're covered, then yeah, But then again, like, like, I went to Cascades and Dead Mouse show, K5, right here at the Coliseum.
Oh, wow. All right.
And I brought a poncho, I brought a sweater. I came prepared. Like, if it rains, I want to be chilling. And I was chill, bro. Like, it started raining. And it was doable. So I think I would if I went prepared. Like, if it's going to pour, like, I'm going to wear some good shoes, bro. Probably, like, some waterproof shoes or something.
That's
just kind of prepared, but I just want to stay dry. Like, I'll stay warm. I'm chilling, but staying dry, dude, like, once you're wet, you're not getting dry, dog.
I feel like I'm down, cold, bro. As long as my socks don't get wet. Once my socks get wet, bro, I'm fucking done.
Yeah, that's so imagine that, just bro. Wet ass shoes,
wet ass socks, wet ass feet.
Yeah, like that's the worst type of cold to get. I think it's like foot cold, bro. Because then I'm just like, what can I do to heat up my? I gotta go to my car and put the heater directly to my feet and just chill there, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But so when we went to Hard Summer, what was it, 20?
It was 2014.
14?
Yeah.
It started raining a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. But the thing is, it wasn't too much rain. It was like a light sprinkle. It wasn't like heavy. So like I didn't really mind it too much.
Yeah, and when it started raining, especially that first day, I think it was during all the times like Martin Garrix and Jack Hugh were getting on. Like later at night, it was already night.
Yeah. It was like the last set or so, like last 2 sets or
exactly.
So I wasn't tripping too much.
And I remember too, looking around, people weren't tripping either. People were still staying.
Honestly, because it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot most of the day. So like when
Yeah.
it started raining, I was not tripping whatsoever. But if it's like a cold, windy, like storm rain, I don't know, fam. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this tent really gonna help me, fam? Like,
true. Hey, but you know, I actually just came across hand warmers like these past 2 years, bro. And I think those are lifesavers if you're gonna be out there doing music festivals where it's really cold, especially if it's raining, where it's actually as it's gonna be cold in the winter. Hand warmers definitely
That's true.
are real comfortable. Like someone had given me hand warmers because I didn't. I guess I was wearing like the appropriate clothing, but it was just too damn cold. And someone gave me some hand warmers, and I was like, "What the fuck? Like, this looks like just like regular like Splenda packets. Like, this look like a fucking Splenda packet. What the fuck? No, like you gotta rub it and it'll get hot." I'm like, "Bullshit, bruja." And well, anyways, I started rubbing it, and I was like, "Damn, it's just getting warm. It's just tight."
start rubbing your more.
Oh yeah, actually, I got some of those when I took my son to the snow for the first time. I bought a pack of like 20 from Walmart.
Oh, for sure.
And then I bought him gloves where I could put the little pouch, the warmer through his gloves.
Oh, that's
and then
fun.
I got gloves too with the pouch through it. And then I just have it, bro, like nice and warm, dog.
Fuck it, feet warmers.
Yeah, we need to get socks that have a slit that you could just put those little.
I think they have heated socks now, bro.
Heated socks.
Because they got heated jackets, dog.
They have heated socks.
But how does heated jackets?
How does that
like
work?
With the jacket?
The socks.
I don't know. It's probably like a battery pack or something.
I don't trust that on my foot, bro. I don't know. Putting a battery on my foot, dog. I don't know.
Nah, but they got jackets though, and those are pretty dope.
I am pretty upset though that they're moving Hard Summer over to LA Coliseum. But I'm excited about it because I've always wanted to go to the LA Coliseum. But again, I'm upset. They're moving it from San Bernardino to LA. Specifically because I live like right next door. Obviously, so I'm being pretty biased about that shit. It used to be it was like a 15-20 minute drive, no traffic. I always hear about the LA people coming from that side to San Bernardino, always dealing with 2-3 hour traffic, parking is just ridiculous, and now it's the tables have turned.
Yeah,
I may have to experience now that if I plan on going to Hard Summer this year, which I think I'm gonna do it, bro. I think we should go, Robert. I think honestly, if you're gonna experience LA Coliseum, I think the lineup that Hard Summer curates is real. You know, because look, there has been shows already at the LA Coliseum.
Go ahead.
There has been shows at the LA Coliseum. They've had shows, and I could have bought tickets to these shows, but like I just didn't really connect to them. But I know for a fact Hard Summer does a really great job being balanced with these lineups. So when I heard that they're going to the LA Coliseum, this is a venue too where when I start raving, I was going on YouTube. I was watching the EDC 08, 09 like show videos. I was like, damn, I want to go to the Coliseum.
What's around that area by chance?
I was looking at the map, bro. I was looking at the map, and there's a college right next to it. I think it was USC or UCLA. It's right next to a college, bro. So it's
gonna be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, so I'm very. I mean, despite it being farther for me, I'm very excited because now I kind of have like a really dope reason for me to go because I know Hard Summer does a really great job. Like
that's true. Yeah.
Curating their lineup and getting like a best of like music genres. Like it's not just EDM. It's like a kind of blend of like hip hop, a kind of blend of pop, and like just what's like pop.
Yeah, I think Hard Summer's joining forces with like different genres, like you said. You know.
Yeah.
A lot of it used to be all just straight up EDM, right?
Yeah.
And then they added like hip hop, like what?
And then R&B acts too and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like it's really dope. I think, and especially going to LA and getting all of that in LA, I think that's a really dope look for Hard Summer.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because even when they were in San Bernardino, they would market it as if it was in LA. And
there's gonna be.
It was like the biggest festival I think at that time. Like, oh, you want to go? You want to catch, YG, and then you can also catch,
Porter Robinson.
It's like what?
Snails.
Imagine being at a YG crowd and trying to convince everyone, hey, you guys trying to go see Porter Robinson? What's good?
I think it's good. Switch. I think it's cool though because it gives other people like that exposure to that genre, like EDM.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, oh, what is this? Like,
that's a good point.
It's like it's a whole festival ground for different music.
So
what if you want to break? Like, look, sometimes what if you want to break? Like, oh, it's cool. Well, we can go watch YG too if I pull up.
I think.
Facts.
Hard Summer's trying to get more in the realm of like Rolling Loud and like festivals like that. I think that's what Hard Summer's more aiming towards, and I think that's what they are. Except like they just do more heavy on the EDM acts.
That's true. I would say probably like what 70-30.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
They keep a little mix in there to bring people out.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. It's not even going to be at the Coliseum, too. It's going to be at the bank, at the Coliseum, and then some other place. It's like 3 different arenas.
Oh, shit.
Like, have you seen it?
Bro, no, I have not.
Yeah, the map layout,
it's crazy. It's pretty...
There's the Coliseum, and then outside the Coliseum is where
there's another stage.
Stages are located at.
Yeah.
You know what? You know which Hard Summer I actually didn't really have a great time at was when they had it in Fontana.
Oh, yeah, the Speedway? Bro, it was hot.
And not only that, bro, for some reason, the way they had their layout for this one stage that was outside the Speedway, it wasn't it. Like, the walk to the Speedway inside where everything was at, you literally had to walk 10 to 15 minutes out to
that stage,
But the stage, what pissed me off is that this stage had all the bangers. So you know me, bro. Like, I was gonna go to the stage all the time, and like, I was just so.
I think they threw like pretty big artists in that tent.
Yeah, they had Hero Bus,
it was packed. It was like packed.
Yeah, that was 2017, I believe. That was when I first saw Slushy, Hero Bus live. Yeah, that was like Hero Bus, fucking trap, hybrid trap.
They're in trap era, yeah, that's for sure. Hard Summer was doing that a lot. Like, they were doing all the trap scene, bro. Frosted Dramas, Yellow Claw, they were pulling up. That's when trap was popping, though.
What?
That was it. Dead? It's not dead, but it's not like it's not popping like
You're right.
The last 5 years ago, like it was,
I get what you're saying. No, that is true.
Remember for a minute, like 2 years, I think it was just like, oh, I want to be a trap, big room, big room trap.
God damn.
That was
festival
trap.
That during that time, that's like when Carnage came up.
Yeah.
Carnage.
That was a different era, bro.
Uzi got down.
R.O. Grime.
R.O. Grime
was one I would always hear trap shit like.
Mr.
Flushadamus, obviously.
Yeah, Flushadamus.
Yeah, big shout out to Nuri that showed me Flushadamus. Cause I was fucking with trap, but for some reason I was just never coming across Flushadamus tracks. Like I just never really came across it. So I saw him like in 2014 EDC, my first EDC. I was like, damn, this is crazy.
That's when DJ Snake 2 was also coming up.
Yeah, and then Twerk was doing its thing too. Remember Twerk, like that turned out for what? Like that caked twerk. Up. Like, remember that era where it was like that faster trap kind of like style of music. It was like turned out for what?
Like Lil Jon Ratchet music, bro.
Yeah.
That was a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first I was always very confused as to why EDM producers would get in hip hop artists. I'm like, how is this making sense? But after a while, now that I'm a music producer, and now I'm thinking about like distribution of like your music and like marketing. I'm like, oh, this makes sense from a marketing standpoint because Lil Jon's gonna go over to his fan base and be like, hey, this is a record that I made, and it's putting on for dance music, which I think is real cool. We're seeing a lot more of these collaborations too with pop, hip hop artists working with
EDM,
and I think that's real
true.
Cool. It's real cool to see that world collide. Those two
I think EDM had its big breaking point was with Gordo and Drake. That album that they came out, I think that
helped a lot.
That helped a lot. Because you got Drake's following, and then you also have following of Gordo. and they both be working a lot. He did a couple of their tracks, so that's gonna stream them into EDM, like people who listen to that.
I feel like for me, that hit me way earlier. I think it was for me that was like Zed, Calvin Harris.
Maybe. I feel like that hit like more of a pop scene, whereas what you were saying hit more of like a different demo of that shit. Like Drake had like a more that whole hip hop audience. I think like was able to like.
I get you.
And that's one of the biggest genres in the world right now. And to be able to have like a little bit of EDM influence in that was pretty. I guess that was, but like definitely if you were someone that was just listening to like music on the radio or some shit like that, to hear Calvin Harris was a big win for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got Clarity and then Calvin Harris with also
Calvin Harris. I mean, who? David Guetta for a
David
while.
Guetta
Sexy
too.
Bitch with Akon. That was Akon, right?
LMFAO.
Did records with Lil Jon. We actually know someone who actually worked with LMFAO. Created Sexy and I Know It and shit.
Yeah, dude.
So it's kind of been happening, but now it's real cool to see it on a much more global scale. Consistently happening.
When will we hear like a fucking pop dubstep song? Pop rhythm song, to be exact.
Pop rhythm song, bro.
That's funny.
Man, I don't know, man. That just be some. I don't know. No, I don't know.
You think it's gonna? You think we'll ever get there? Honest question. Or
I don't know.
Think the rhythm phase or that rhythm sound will die out before it gets to the mainstream?
I don't know if rhythm will probably get there.
The most popish I can see dubstep getting is, I don't know, man. Maybe it just goes back to like maybe listening to like Slander, Venture Club.
Dark Horse by Katy Perry. That was trappy almost.
I don't remember that record actually.
No. Okay, well that was very trappy.
Okay.
Kinda, yeah.
Almost into the dubstep lane. I'm trying to think what song kind of hit like mainstream and was kind of dubstep. I can't.
For a while, I Can't Stop. Flux per Minute because of the because of the Cody 2012 campaign. That's why I came across that shit. I ain't gonna front. I remember I was watching the Cody.
Was that played on the radio, or just commercials?
Commercials. I all heard commercials.
I saw commercials too, but I don't know if I'd hear that song on the radio.
And if you did, it was like one of those like late. It was like late.
One of the DJs that played like a bootleg.
Powertools,
Powertools. Exactly.
And it's not even prime time. It's like, all right, guys, this is 4:30 a.m. Butt crack in the morning. No one's fucking awake type shit.
If you're up now, let's go. If you're up right now, we're in the grind.
I think it was like
can't stop grinding, let's
102 point. Was it 102.7?
Yeah,
that did it. Powertools. I think it started at 2 a.m.
Yeah, you did. No,
2 to 4 for like 2 hours. Just them having DJs just play, bro.
All my high school, bro. I kid you not. There was like a good, a good 4 years, bro. I was tuning in like every other Saturday into Powertools at 2 a.m. Because a lot of times I was doing gigs. I'll get home like around that time, and I'll be like, you know what, like radio wise, there's no other station locally that's playing dance music other than Powertools, like on 102.7.
Yeah,
facts.
So Swedish Eagle was the one that was hosting it, and he had multitudes of DJs that would just come and play a lot of like cool dance music bangers, and it was cool to see. It was real cool connecting experience for me too, because a lot of these DJs that would come on and play, they played all the tracks that I know. And it was real cool because a lot of times you'd come across tracks and you look at their stats on SoundCloud, on YouTube at that time, you're like, you never know, like these people that like this kind of music are local to you or they're just like scattered around the world. So to hear it from a local radio, it kind of excited me too. Cause I'm like, okay, like gradually we're gonna start seeing this more. I'm hoping because now we're reaching at a radio. I mean, it's 2 a.m., 3 a.m. type shit, but over time,
it's on there, bro. It's for some people, that's for sure. Cause that's when I would hear it is. Cause I started DJing like around like 14, doing house parties and stuff like that. So when I'd be coming home is when I was bumping that stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
That's when I got exposed to it. I was like, oh heck yeah, dude, they're playing some house music.
It was random when you fucking heard that station. You're like, wait, what's going on?
And it was like nonstop, so it was just like a full on 20 minutes nonstop, some commercials, and then right back at it, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I liked it. I was like, heck, I'm gonna stay up, just plug in.
Yeah, and I remember a lot of these gigs too. Just going back home, turning on the radio, and
fall asleep to
I know my mom and my dad would just fucking. I would listen to it, but I don't know anyone else in the car that was there really listening to it or not. Like that was just a real cool way for me to listen to dance music, like from a radio perspective, because there wasn't that much of it happening around that time. This was starting like I started DJing maybe like around the same time, like 08, 09.
Yeah.
Throughout high school, and if you were going online for EDM and you're in Southern California, like Powertools was the only radio station you could definitely trust for them to like give you some real cool dance music records.
That's true. There's some songs on there. I'm like, damn, this is a banger.
Yeah, and then there was
a lot of electro house, bro. Like back then, a lot of electro house.
For sure, a lot of remixes of like whatever radios were pushing that weekend or that month. Like there'd be a lot of sick remixes that DJs would come on and just play. You're like, that what the fuck? There was no really Shazam too, or like the technology wasn't really that advanced too.
You would have, you know what you had to do? You would have to go online to like their website, and it would show you who would be DJing.
Yeah.
And
like 1001 track list.
No, they didn't have that back then. No.
It was the radio station.
The radio station would post who would DJ.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then you would check and see, because that's how I would find some songs. Is I would just find the DJ.
You know, that's right.
And then I would find their music, bro. And then they had like a website for like DJs.
I just was
to find music like remixes and all that stuff, bro.
Oh, okay. No,
it's more like a music pool. That's when I got into like, oh shoot, there's websites for music pool, man. Like
MP3 pool, shout out.
Hey, but I'm impressed now with the quality of dance music that there's in these record pools, because back then there wasn't that much
high quality
playable dance music on MP3 pools. I would say
this is what I am gonna say. Shout out to the record pools that do have those quality of EDM tracks, because it's them reaching out to these people. Prime example, they reached out to Ray Burger for his edits and shit like that to put on their platform. You feel me? So they're the ones like looking for these edits and reaching out to these people. So for these MP3 pools to have those on there, like shout out to y'all, because you guys are legit like putting on, like for sure.
Yeah, and one thing too, that for those that don't know, if you do have like a pro membership, that next pro membership with SoundCloud, you also do have that resource with SoundCloud for Artists, where if you have a release coming up and you already have that taken care of, you can submit your track pre-release to one of the MP3 pools that SoundCloud is affiliated with, or like kind of works together with. And you can have your track land in that MP3 pool, and it gets like reviewed and shit.
Oh, that's interesting.
But that's something that for those that didn't know, if you guys are coming across MP3 pools and you guys wanted to find out how to submit music, and you guys are Next Pro membership on SoundCloud, that is a resource that you guys have available to you. You can submit. I forgot which it was. I think it was Digital DJ Pool or something like that. Well, it was one of those pools, but if you already have everything taken care of, like the upload process and all that, you can submit your track and they'll go ahead and review it and they'll add it to the DJ pool. And I think that's real cool too, because a lot of these DJs are not necessarily hunting on SoundCloud for the tracks. They don't have time to do that, bro. Like a lot of these, whatever they're using that time for, they rather just have the pool do the hunting for them. So a lot of times these DJs are really just playing whatever they're being fed through the pool.
That could be too, yeah.
So I think that's real cool that SoundCloud works with a particular label to, if artists do want their music on these pools, then yeah, they do have the access.
That's true, because I always see like Abstract, Baiju, Chami. They really work really well together. Same with Mala. They all interchange their music a lot, and they're always like, have you ever seen like Chami testing out my new track, or you see Abstract testing out a new Mala track. Like I've noticed that like that's the little click, like all of people who are on Confession, I'm pretty sure they have their own pool. Like, hey, just made this new track, and imagine you got 10 DJs making tracks, bro. You got 10 new songs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I'm pretty sure they're keeping their own little pool.
Oh yeah, I believe every collective and a lot of groups out there, they have their particular.
Especially record labels, yeah, they got music for days, bro.
Well, dude, I mean, you hear about a lot of these music catalogs being bought up by a lot of these people, and a lot of these catalogs being bought up, they still contain unreleased music.
How do you feel about that right now? A lot of people's catalog being bought out. So like Dr. Dre's catalog got bought out for $200 million. Justin Bieber sold his catalog for 200 million. Lil Wayne sold a portion of his catalog for 150 million. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
Hmm.
What are your assumptions?
What are my assumptions?
Assumptions based on like why they did that.
Why they did that? I mean, first and foremost, I think that's a great amount of money. First off, that's like, I mean, honestly, for me, that's generational wealth. Like for like if I do plan to have like kids or any family that we have or people that we care about, I mean, I think that's I don't think that's a dumb move. I mean, I think that's one big reason why people sell their catalog is that the money that's being offered, it's a great amount. I mean, I think there is some sort of there's that time or there's that thinking time of someone selling their catalog, they don't really want to do it, you know, because they're like, well, this is mine. Like as an artist, like you're giving someone that's yours like fully, and I've never really done it to that extent, so I'm not too sure like how I feel about that in terms of like from the artist perspective, but in terms of like, I mean, first and foremost, what are they doing with the catalog? I mean, that's what I want to know. Like,
that's true. Like, you know, what is it that you know?
Why
who's buying these catalogs, bro?
You know, I think that's like one thing I would ask, cause I mean, again, look, the money, it's good. I mean, 200 million, bro. Would you not?
You know what?
Think about it like this, bro. You make music for 10 years, 5 years, bro. Let's say 15, 20. It's pretty much like what you kind of built, bro. Like your legacy, what people have talked about you, and then like you're like literally giving away all your property somewhere.
Where you're selling it.
Yeah, it's like you don't own that no more. And like, I come from like the principle of like full ownership, and I know there's times or more situations where it does make sense to give up like your ownership, where it may lead to something more greater. And I think also too, like at a certain artist's chapter of their life, maybe owning their music catalog at that stage of their life, like it's not really that important to them. Like now they're just wanting to do like other things. I'll give you an example too. Like if this artist is like gonna do something else that's different, that's like away from music, and they're gonna be doing too much with music. Like they can't really do too much with their catalog no more, and they feel that the catalog would be much more off of in better hands with somebody else.
Yeah.
I would entertain that conversation because I mean it's just, you know, I don't know. I guess I never really had been in that situation. I don't feel no type of bad way about it. I mean, they did their shit with the catalog. The catalog's there. The people know the artists that, you know, created these records. And a lot of times, too, people don't really pay too much attention as to who owns the music, like, ultimately.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, if someone's going to buy the music catalog, and I think people are not really going to feel any type of way towards the artist, I think people will still bump the music, the music from the of the artist.
Yeah, I think
even if it means that the money is now not going to the artist no more, it's going to the people that bought the catalog. You know, I don't think that changes. I don't think people are really thinking too deep about that. Like in terms of like, oh well, I don't think I'm gonna start streaming this person's music because they just sold the catalog. You know, I don't think that changes anything about like how I feel about an artist. I guess if that answers your question, like no, I don't. I think good for them that they're able to sell their music catalog for that much amount of money. Like I don't know, I feel like it's a good amount of money. I would entertain that conversation if I was an artist, you know? Someone wanted to buy my music for 200 million, 300 million, whatever the case is.
I mean, I think I see it as possibly, you know, like I think as a like let's say for like Lil Wayne or like say like Justin Bieber, he's got all his older songs or whatever, let's say up to like last year, all his songs, right? He's selling them.
Right.
He pretty much has all that money already. So he's gonna flip it, and I think as an artist, you kind of like, hey, you create these things, so then technically you're selling them. So now it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to keep my best work, but the stuff that's popping still, I'm going to sell it, but then that stops, you know, generating money for you, possibly, but you're still going to have streams from those people, you know?
Okay.
But what if these other companies that are buying them or whatever, they don't have to ask that artist permission anymore, and it's redirecting
well, that's
money.
what it is, bro. Like, they're literally, that's also what's a benefit of buying the music catalog is that since you have the rights to the music,
you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah, you can literally do whatever you want, bro. If they didn't have the rights, they'd have to ask Justin Bieber if they could use the music.
Can we get approved for this or that?
Yeah. And how do you feel about that, Robert?
So like so every case is obviously different, right? But like for the Justin Bieber case, the argument or like the perspective I was seeing on it was that like it was a good move. Yeah, he sold a lot of his catalog that had hella hits, right? But he just got a big bag, so that's like him being able to be like, all right, I don't even have to try to generate money no more. I'm not doing nothing for money at all, period. And bro, he's young. He could still make. He's still making music, you know. So he just sold. He's not selling his new catalog like anything he's making here forward. Just everything he made, and like I said, he's still gonna go through a lot of shit in his life. He's still gonna make a lot of great moves and this and that. So it's like he just generated money for himself to put himself in a better position for his future investments, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
And then for the whole like Dr. Dre thing, bro, he's old. Like he's like 50 something. Like what more can he do with his catalog that he hasn't already been doing with it, bro?
Yeah, and not only that too, bro. Especially since you don't know when you're gonna be leaving this world. You feel me? Like
making these moves now, bro.
Yeah, like okay, let's say you.
I'm gonna get this money now so I can make more moves, and if not, like I'm leaving something for everyone.
Yeah, especially if you're.
I think with like Dr. Dre, he's like retiring, bro. He's just kicking back.
Also, though, he had to because he got a divorce, bro. And
oh yeah,
took half his shit, so he's like, I need more bread, dog.
I need some money in the bag.
And technically, I think in the divorce, she got some of his masters, bro. Yeah. That's just fucking insane, dog. Imagine you get a divorce with your girl or something and she takes your music, dog. What? What? Yeah. You went in the studio, bro? Like, what? Yeah, no, I don't know how.
Yeah. And that next episode, money is crazy, homie. It should be the next episode, you feel me? Hey, but adding on to this conversation, I saw something online. That was interesting too. I saw an artist selling their brand, like their artists.
What do you mean?
Like I saw someone, particularly on Facebook. They were like, "All right, guys, I'm giving it up. I'm selling my artist project, like up for sale. Hit me up,
like the brand.
Yeah. They were like, you guys will own my name. You guys will own the brand. You guys will.
They're selling the alias.
Yeah, they're selling the alias. Like that. Some saw this guy on Facebook was like, hit me up for a rate or hit me up for to see how much it's gonna be for you to own it, or shoot me any offers.
What was it? What is it?
It was a dubstep project. It was like a 4,000 or 5,000. It's like SoundCloud artist. I don't know.
Were they just selling the page, or were they selling?
They were selling the whole like the whole thing. Like if you were selling Zion Dawn, like if you didn't want to be Zion Dawn no more, you want to be something else, but you didn't want to like fully terminate Zion Dawn. You still want to see Zion Dawn like. You know, that's weird, right? Like, that's me selling HUSKI, bro. I mean, like, I'm gonna look. That's like me saying I'm gonna rebrand, but I still want someone else to take care to take over HUSKI.
I'm gonna try to sell it.
Oh, fuck,
dude! I saw this shit on Facebook, bro. Some dude was selling his like whole project. He's like, "Hey guys, I don't know if I'm rebranding or if I'm just not doing it no more, but I want someone to." I think this brand got what it takes to get there, but I'm just not that person. I'm selling it. This is how he was making the post. Like
now, let's say if a big artist did that, right? Let's say if they did it like a
Skrillex. Okay, let's
say Skrillex sold his name. Hey, I'm not Skrillex anymore. Someone else can be Skrillex.
Okay, look.
Would you still fuck with it?
The thing is, though, I guess it would depend on how like everyone's handled. So. It depends on how you handle the situation. Because, look, I think I could kind of get my head around it if you go about it like, okay, this guy's going to be my predecessor. Like, this guy's going to be the next Skrillex. This guy's going to take my brand and become Skrillex. Like, you know, like, say, like, when a band member, like, someone leaves the band, but they get, like, the main singer leaves, right?
Right.
But they get another main singer.
For sure.
It's still that band, you know. Like I could kind of get behind that aspect.
Because you're behind the music, not necessarily the artist too. But I think if the music keeps coming, you'll still that's that, you know.
Yeah. But I feel like that comes with that comes grooming somebody already. But
yeah, but see how he was. That's why I say it goes how you go about it because Homeboy was like, "Look, I'm selling it, bro. Like anyone could buy this." That's kind of different, but at the same time,
it is.
You could look at it like this, bro. What if he owns like the name, that name, you know, and he's like, okay, now I'm selling this name, guys. Like, you could buy this brand. I have like the rights to all of this. I'm selling this. You guys could just buy this package deal, and then whatever comes behind it, it's you. But he's just selling what the brand looks like, you know.
Right. No, but this was an artist that was putting in efforts into the brand and didn't see. Apparently, the reason was that he wasn't seeing any results with it. Apparently, he felt that somebody else could take on the brand and like reach its full potential. I forgot the name. It was like Facebook does this weird thing where it'll give you posts like from other people sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It was one like if the post is doing really well, like it'll feature that post, and like it was one of those that. It was actually surprising the amount of comments that were asking like, oh, how much? Because like
hey, I mean, let's say
like some of his fans
that
were producers were like really interested, like, hey, like how much, like can I message you? Like it was an interesting thread. I never came across something like that, to be honest.
Well, I mean, think about it. If it really doesn't have a face to it exactly just yet, but it's got a good following, it's got traction.
Like a mass DJ doing that seems much more that seems much more probable, like for it to be happening. Like
that's true.
Like if like for example, like if a DJ Blend like right off the bat was like, "Hey guys, I'm selling DJ Blend. Like I haven't been doing shit with it. I feel like someone could do some shit with it. I'm selling it." I could see that. Like okay, like
you could.
There's been inactivity.
You could, but I mean, what I've seen is people sell, like, Instagram pages.
Yeah, see, that's how I was thinking about it, too.
So think about it. Let's say you have an artist that has, like, I don't know, 100K.
And he has the
you just clear it up.
Right.
Let's say you just clear it up, and then you just start posting content, some real good stuff, music, and then you build a fan base. Bro, you already got people. Like, well, who the heck is this?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's...
I'm following, what the heck? When does this fool come up? And, you know?
Yeah, that definitely is happening. People are just taking advantage of, okay, like, the person that's selling the page, they have a certain amount of numbers, and it's attracting a certain amount of people that want to buy the page. So that could definitely be a reason as to why people want ownership of the page because of the network.
Yeah,
right?
It could be the network, bro, and then you just change the name and
that's it. You're done. I think it happens all the time.
All you gotta do is just and you'd probably be surprised. You'd probably like, oh, when does this pop up? What the heck? You just gotta get it out there in people's faces, dude. And
yeah, I thought that was just interesting. I don't know, like imagine like you're selling Zion Dog, you're selling Racseaux, I'm selling like
it'd be kind of weird, but I mean, hey, if I can make money and start something else, like obviously have a backup, something that's gonna be right behind.
Yeah, and also too, going back to your whole like selling your music catalog thing, we're living in like this universe we call like Earth, you know, the world, you know, to sustain ourselves, like we gotta have money, right?
How much is 200 million?
That's a lot, bro. I could make that shit stretch fucking infinity, homie. Look, all I'm saying is that...
You'll be set.
I'm saying that, like...
I'll be in the Bahamas.
I'm going to find ways to make money in this life, but I think it's real cool to make money off of what you like to do. And I think that's an accomplishment. I would consider that an accomplishment to some of my music catalog.
At the end of the day, bro, that's the point. That's not the main point, but like to sell my music for that much money was kind of... I wanted to make money off my music, bro. Like, like that's a win. Like that's exactly what I set out to do is make money off my music. And the fact that this person is about to give me this lump sum of money for that music, I feel okay. I have my brand already made. I have my legacy already. Now you're just giving me the cherry on top, bro.
That's true.
Man, yeah, you did the work, homie. Like here you go.
The only
come in my check.
Bro, so like. As much as I'm like all for it, right? Like I gave y'all all the sweet points to it and whatnot, right? I always see like the negative side. Like I always see the most worst part of it, right?
Yeah.
So like, I'm selling my rights to my music. Now you could put my music in anything, in any documentary. You could make me out to be anything with this type of music. You could use my music to and shift a narrative. You know, like. There's a lot of shit you can do with music, and now like you don't need my permission to use it for.
That's
anything,
true, but I think with music though, you can't. It's kind of hard to portray something. I think with that.
Do you think that
like what's the worst?
So you're all right with your music just being in a bunch of pornos, bro?
Nah, because
it don't matter no more. You sold that shit, man.
I don't think it would make there. I don't think it'll make it.
I don't know, bro. Like, what if, like, you? I'm not saying pornos. Like, for
I should be
like,
banging, bro.
Literally. See? But see, like, look. Let's just go with the whole porn, like that thing, right? Now, what if, like, all your favorite music was in porn, and now they're like directing it towards kids, and now they're just shoving porn with good music, and now you feel me? The wormhole we could go to, like,
that's
like,
worst case scenario.
And the only place you could go to listen to your favorite music is on a porno.
Bro,
site.
I'm down, bro. I'll tell you why.
The only place you can listen to Lil Wayne is while you're listening to a porno.
All right, never mind.
Or watching a porno.
All right, never mind.
Nah, that would not
happen. The only way you can listen to the Carter 2, bro, is while you're watching some dude fuck some girl, bro.
Nah.
Hey, listen, would y'all be mad?
Worse, it's gay porn, bro. That's what I'm, bro. That's just the worst. I'm going like worst case scenario. Some shit. You feel? I mean, I'm not saying gay porn is worse. Lesbian porn. You feel me? If you're not, you feel me? Like whatever way you think is worse. You feel me? Like yeah. But like that's just like the thing I think about. Like damn, now you could put my catalog in what.
That's true. As I'm saying, they own the rights to funnel it however they want.
Yeah, imagine you sell your music catalog and then 2 months later you're like hella like all Catholic popular. You're like popular within the Catholic.
You have like 3 different religions and shit.
You're like you're doing like coming out of retirement tours like in churches and shit now. It's like the people that bought your music catalog, they're like hella like influential in the Catholic scene, and they're just like, dude. That's why I think it's important to screen who's buying your music. I think that plays a big part. Like,
that's true.
Who's buying the music and shit like that.
Like, let's even like how you were saying, like the Catholic, it's a whole religion. You could like imagine, bro. You could only listen to Avicii's at this church because you can't play this music anywhere else now.
Damn, interest.
That's true. That's true.
You feel me? Now you can only put you can only play this music, this catalog here.
You can take it off Spotify.
You can take it off everywhere, and you have to come here.
That's probably why. I mean, think about it. If you think about it now, they can just centralize the music in one place.
Yep.
Imagine
that's
all of Justin Bieber's fans. Hey, they're gonna throw a tour with just Justin Bieber music. Imagine,
bro.
You know how many people would still
that we only listen to Justin Bieber's only shit here, bro. And if you want to listen to that shit, come here. And then we're gonna make a bunch of merch based off of this shit. We're gonna have Justin.
And we're gonna text you.
Facts, bro.
Because the
that's crazy. Yeah, that can go many different ways. Then
that's what I'm saying. But like but see, that's where we were saying earlier. Like it's cool, bro. I have my 200 milli.
That's true.
Yeah, are you okay now? Are you okay with your 200 milli?
Yep.
Imagine you have kids and you have kids after you sell your catalog and they're like, hey, like, can we listen to some of your music? How do we know that you were a fucking producer then?
Hey, where can we listen to some of your music?
Fuck. Let me see who bought that shit.
I think it'll still be out.
Would y'all be mad if your music was placed on a porno? Like just on some one time, twice type shit?
If it's one of my bass house tracks, you know what?
Bass house.
I feel it, bro. I feel it, bro. Get your pumps in.
If you guys got notified, that your music was synced, and they gave you the link, would you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Regardless.
What? No. Not regardless.
Okay. So case by case.
I'd have to read the email like sober. Like not high or anything like that. Make sure like I knew I was clicking on, you know?
That's funny.
Now, I mean, marketing, right? I mean, music synchronization.
Hey,
you can take that shit to the next level,
that's
right?
how music gets around, dude.
I mean,
yeah, like maybe like if it's a poppin', I'll look up the people in it. That's what I'll do. And if they're popping, like maybe we like, hey, you guys did a scene to my track, like how you doing? You know, like
I mean, I see it as like, hey, my music got used, whatever. Then
right, no, and you can see it.
If you see it like in an ad or just a random. I don't know, random ad, because that's not gonna be advertised. But if you see it like on an ad, like normally, and you're like, oh shoot, like you made it up there, like it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
No doubt.
It just depends on what the ad is. You feel me?
That's true.
It's just all see. It's just
that's
all
crazy. That's crazy scenario. This was thinking hella far.
like
you're on that side of the spectrum.
but talking about music being in those type of videos where it garnishes a lot of like sometimes millions of views, like that does help out like your music a lot.
I think it would, because I mean, look at what TikTok does. People be posting music and then you go on their Spotify.
That's true.
Boom, it's blown up.
Yeah, because I'm noticing that you could just do whatever type of content and then just put your
any type of song over.
Yeah, and then it's like
I guess it's the same shit.
And then you're literally just even although the music might not be correlating with what's going on visually, you're exposed to it, and then it's now the chance of whether I'm kind of liking what I'm hearing. Let me go now into this.
Who is this, or where can I find more of this type of music? Yeah.
Because you could take that TikTok or that reel, and you gotta do two things. You're like, I like the visual content. Let me see who's like behind the visual content, and then you're like, okay, I like the sound that's coming out of this. Let me explore more of the sound that's going on, and it's an artist.
But that's a positive type of just TikTok. That's only positive because it's not centralized to that one video.
True that though. Yeah, you're right.
Because because look when you upload your music, it funnels through TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So imagine you make like some dope ass videos with your music, and it takes off.
Yeah, no.
All those people that are watching it, who's this music? They're gonna want to use that sound.
Yeah.
Let's say you just make a banging 30-second sound, which is like a minute or so, whatever.
Yeah, I actually have.
Bro, sometimes I get pissed off. Do you guys ever see those reels where it's like, this is my track I've been working on for blah blah blah. I hope it starts trending, and it's like 15 seconds, and then it loops again. But then it's like super trending and shit like that, like hella views, and I'm just like, it's 15 seconds, dog. Like really, like I'm like,
no music.
Bro, I'm just like, did you really just make a reel for 15 seconds just for people to listen to your track for 15 seconds? And sometimes I'm like, I'm working on a whole 3-minute track right here.
Right.
Hey, but that gets people to grab their attention, though. I mean, like, oh, what? Like, if I heard 15 seconds of a banger, I'm going to try to find it. And then hear the full song.
Yeah. And sometimes what you hear on these TikToks or Reels, they're like those 15, 30-second audio cook type beats or music where they get you entertained with what they got cooking up, and it's only like 15, 30 seconds of the production. And if they see some sort of like actual interest, then they'll make that determining factor. Okay, I'm gonna finish this and make it more full for a streamable distribution. I'm starting to see this pattern right now where
it could be
people are throwing out their whips and ideas, and they're calculating all the engagement, whether or not we're determining if they're gonna finish the idea. And I think that's a real cool way to gauge whether or not to spend time on an idea. They'll become a greater idea for like radio consumption and shit like that.
That's true.
So I'm starting to see that pattern for sure.
Or I mean, you could even do like finalized projects too, because how I see it. I mean, because I like to make a track and then finish it, and then keep going. But let's say if I'm not ready to release that track, then I'll throw a snippet and see what people react.
For sure.
Because you always get feedback like, when you're releasing this, or you get reactions from people. And it kind of says, all right, cool, like you're just testing the waters with it. And then what if you play the track and then you get content with it and it works out, like, oh, test it out. People are like, oh, whoa. When you're releasing that.
Yeah.
And that kind of gets people like, the song needs to come out already, because that's what a lot of DJs do. I don't know if you've noticed that. They're like, they'll run the track for a minute and then everyone's like, yo, what track is that? What track is that?
I know a lot of producers will send it to other producers too.
That's true.
Play it out and be like,
to test it out.
But go ahead and play it and shit.
Yeah.
Like that.
Chami, Abstract does that a lot. I think Mala's done it a couple times.
Well,
and then Mal P coming up too. He did that one song, the make that bounce. That kind of took off.
Which one?
It's a brand new Mal P song, bro.
I'm about to check it out. I
think it's Make That Bounce or something like that. It's a second track, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it's dope.
But not like I think. Bro, I think I could even say I do that. Like my homie will send me some track like that he's been working on, and I'll think it's fire as fuck. And I'll download it and I'll be like, alright, bro, I'm playing this. Like
that's true. I played some of my friends, other homies that make music at shows, and I see how it plays.
Yeah.
What about you, bro? Like you've been into music production for a while now, like a year or two, or maybe even more. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, probably like 5 years. I started learning with FL, and then I just self-taught myself. When I was in high school, I was kind of messing with it, and then I think earlier on, I got everything cracked. So I got FL cracked, a bunch of native instruments, samples, and just started learning how to use the DAW, and then how to actually make my mixes sound good. Because I was never satisfied, bro. I make a track, I'm like, oh, how do I get it to sound full, the bass bumping, everything sounding clean, and then taking it to the master. And then now I'm kind of, I think I reached that point where I'm like, I know how to get my shit to sound banging and clean. And now, I actually have 2 tracks out right now. So I'm working on another one right now too. So it's been good, dude. It's been about I want to say maybe like 5 years, but hasn't been a year since I've been releasing music yet. So this is like my first year. Last year I started in October.
Okay,
It was my first time. So that's how I see at least for my alias Racseaux, that's where it's starting. It really just started.
So you're going. This is your year on run going.
This is my first year running it with as Racseaux, and I'm pushing the brand now.
Yeah, what's your favorite part of music production? Is it the drums? Is it the mixing? Is it the creating the drop aspect?
I think it's
part?
Definitely the drop, bro. Because it's always damn, how am I gonna make this song sound? I get the idea. All right, I want to make let's say bass house. All right, or right now I'm actually moving more into hardstyle, and a lot of kind of hard dance, but with a lot of techno and house elements in it.
Mm.
So I noticed a lot of hardstyle has a certain structure. I'm gonna just add my own flair to it, but just some harder stuff, bro. 150, 140 type BPM now. Because I've been making house for a minute, but I don't know, dude. I like the more high energetic music. And then I actually played my first bass con with Insomniac. It was a hardstyle show, so thanks to my girl, bro. To be honest, she got me into hardstyle. So
oh wow, all right.
My lady, yeah. So yeah, she got me into it, and then that first show, dude. I mean, I always liked hardstyle for a minute, and then that first show was kind of dude, I want to stick to this genre of music, because just the people are different, dude. I think with house and that realm of hard dance and hardstyle.
How different though?
I think they're more connected, bro. To be honest, you get a lot more family. They're more friendly and family, bro. I think it's a whole community of just hardstyle heads, bro.
And house heads, you're thinking that it's just a little bit more of a more conservative. Would you say they're just more to themselves, not very?
I think they're more to themselves, and it's more everyone listens to house, bro. So you're gonna get a mix of everybody. Okay. And then it's kind of with dubstep too. It's that niche of genre music, and then hardstyle has that niche where it's just I mean, they do their own little festival, bro. Hardstyle.
Yeah,
it's a little thing. They do their own thing.
It's crazy because whenever there's a big hardstyle show out here, but if you're hardstyle head, you're going for the most part, because these people don't really be traveling in big lineups and stuff. Little Texas just played not too long ago, right? A week or two ago, and I know everyone that was into hardstyle was there.
Oh yeah, they pulled up, everyone. Bro. And, so I think with that fan base, they're very the music gets around very quick, and then I think I'm just taking that route right now, bro. I want to make harder stuff,
okay,
more energetic, and just fuck shit up, bro, with it.
Yeah. So what you know about hardstyle, bro? I mean, I feel like I don't really know too much about hardstyle these days, but I mean, is there any? I mean, for what your girl has put you on, can you recommend any hardstyle artist platforms that you would recommend for us to check out?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I got into before I met my girlfriend, bro. I was into jump style. I don't know if you remember jump style. There used to be this guy named there used to be this dude named Patrick Jumpin', bro, and he would just have videos on YouTube of him just dancing to hardstyle, bro.
Okay.
And that's when I got into it, and then when I met my girl, she got me into the Lady Faith.
Okay.
The Darren Styles.
Darren Styles, okay.
Darksiders. And then I started going into, Headhunters, Roller, and then just a bunch of European DJs, bro. I think during that time, I think the U.S. didn't really have so much EDM influence as much as like the European side did, bro. You know, so when I looked up EDM like or dance music, it was like everything was all in Europe, bro. Like we didn't have that here.
No.
And it's just a different vibe, bro. Like it's just more up tempo, and I think that's pretty dope about it.
You know, when I think of hardstyle, I can't believe that I still think of showtek.
Showtek too, bro.
Because that was my introduction to showtek. I don't know if they still do hardstyle these days, but that was my introduction to hardstyle. I was listening to showtek, coming across the homeboy on YouTube.
Freaking
Moonboy.
Techno Boy.
Moonboy with the raver pants.
Yeah.
Small homeboy was just shuffling and that was my introduction to hardstyle, and Headhunters was something that was kind of a big name too. Still a big name.
With that one song, Booyah, by Showtek, that shit was... That's just a banger, bro.
That was the big room time. That big room time. Yeah, you know, Showtek, I'm going to give them the flowers because I feel that they did a really great job not only feeding to like the trending sound of what was going on, but their longevity is just insane. I think, because I listened to them when they were hardstyle, and then when Big Room was happening,
they did
Booyah! Collabing with David Guetta, Bad. Why does it feel so good? Big Room, you know, Progressive House was
all that stuff.
Showtek did a really great job. I guess staying relevant.
That's true.
I think Showtek did a really great job. They know how to adapt.
That's true. Yeah.
I think I can say that about Showtek. That I'm really impressed with. There's artists too that adapt within today's sound, and it's crazy. Also too how their sound evolves and progresses in each genre.
That's true, yeah.
Like you see these artists, they go from dubstep then to house, or house then to dubstep, or drum and bass, and although they're going into these different genres, you can still hear their signature sound, their style.
That's true. You know it's them, bro.
The Riz.
When you hear it,
the Riz these days. Okay, you hear the Riz and shit.
The what?
I don't know, bro. People are saying Riz, right?
What is that?
I don't know, bro.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know. It just sounds like the thing to say right now, but fuck it. But yeah, they had Riz, bro. They still got Riz.
I've never heard of that, bro.
Like, no comment. I ain't about shit. Yeah, but that's cool, man. That's cool. Are you dropping unreleased music in your sets too when you're spinning? Like you testing out the waters like that as well?
Yeah, it depends like what I'm doing, you know, because I still play house shows, and then hardstyle is just kind of like the genre I'm taking for like Racseaux right now. You know, like very kind of infusing like techno and hardstyle. So that fast BPM. I'm just taking a different course, bro. You know, I think right now it's kind of like techno is kind of popping right now.
Thanks, a little bit.
And I've been hearing like a lot of like hardstyle kind of music.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, you know, I kind of want to take that route right now for a little bit. And it's something different, you know?
Okay.
I think house right now, like, you got to come up with some good stuff now, dude, to get out there. But I don't know, dude. I like the up-tempo stuff right now.
Okay, what's your favorite BPM?
My favorite BPM? Ooh, 128. I like 128, like, daily. But if I'm going, like, you know, if I can catch some hardstyle or some dubstep, 140, 150... 160 sometimes, I'm down with that.
Hey, what about what BPM don't you like?
What don't I like?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think anything under like 80, but then it depends. Like it's just like too slow for me.
Alright.
But then there's some like drum and bass and dubstep that I like that's like in the 80 range too.
Okay.
So I don't know. Don't really have I don't know. Maybe after 200, that's too fast.
Let me ask you this, because you're with Wasted right now, right?
Yeah.
You've been doing shows with them. That's in Huntington Beach right now, like in that
Huntington
area?
Beach, LA.
What
and Texas.
What would you say right now would be like the climate of the audience? Like, do you see a lot more of the house crowd coming into like the Wasted shows, like on that side of Southern California? Like, what's like the majority dominant group of audience coming in? It
depends on the shows, bro. Like when we do house shows, a lot of house people come out, and they're like college. A lot of people that are like probably like in college, and it's a mixed crowd.
Okay.
You know, like depending on the artist. Like last time we had like Yolanda Be Cool, right? Like last year.
Okay.
And they were more like people like I would say maybe 25 and older.
Oh, I see.
You know, like when you heard Yolanda Be Cool,
That was
The Papa Americano song, like that was a banger back then. Like that group of people, like they came out to that show.
I got you.
You know, and then when we play like other artists, like when we had Sage Armstrong, more of a younger crowd came out.
Okay.
So I think even with like dubstep and rhythm, like younger kids like rhythm, bro. So more of like the 18, I think probably like the 20, they listen to like more rhythm and dubstep, bro. But if you get like we had Borgor, you got a mix of like older people, bro, that came out since like Borgor's he's been way back, bro. He goes back. That fool's one of like the pioneers of dubstep and all that crap, bro. So he did some trap, he did some dubstep, he did house, bass house. This was done it all, you know. But the crowd, you got older people there too, though, you know.
Yeah.
More mature crowd, and then it's just a mix, bro. Like you kind of get to notice like the different demographics of individuals with the type of music that we have. And you just see it. It's just like it's interesting, bro. Like how pretty big EDM is in the area.
I'm curious. How long has Wasted been around for?
Probably like
I'm not too sure how long.
I think like 6 years.
How many chapters do they have? Because I feel like they're just scattered everywhere. I know they have one in Texas. They have one in, I believe, in San Francisco. Is that it? I don't know if there's any more.
So they have different. They're scared. They play different shows in different cities. So they have Texas, San Fran. They have LA and Orange County.
LA and Orange County. Okay, yeah.
That's for right now, but they're looking to hit up other places too fairly soon.
Damn, for sure. I mean, they're gonna be probably expanding. I mean, they probably want to get more towards the east too. I mean, you've been playing a lot more shows with them, doing direct support. How's that been going?
It's been good, bro. Played direct support for a couple artists. Honey Love. I played direct support, for Sage Armstrong before. What was the other one? Dr. Funk for Hardstyle. So it's been cool, like just getting to play with like established artists, talking to them, chopping it up. It's pretty dope, dude.
What's up? I was gonna ask you, how could one like if one wasn't able to attend like a Wasted meeting, like what would be like some like requirements, or what would be like some things that you would recommend to people like to kind of focus on if they were to like want to get these like direct support slots with Wasted, or just like in general. But like let's say with Wasted, people that, because I've seen people like come and go during Wasted and because they weren't getting slots or whatever. So I'm just curious as to like what would, just to kind of clear out any confusion, like what would you say would be the best bet to get like on these direct support slots for these bigger artists? Those are real cool slots. I'm glad you did those slots. That's real cool.
Yeah, there's different artists, bro. So like different DJs that play, they rotate them for certain shows. Like I want to play direct, like if I were to do it for like Honey Love, preferably, let's say like with her, like I'd rather do like because I played too hard for her. I think
did you?
I would say like if I were to play for her, I didn't play too hard for like her set, but I'm saying I like playing more of like a higher energy set. And I know if I would play for like a Honey Love, I'd have to change my music around. You kind of would have to like pertain to the artist.
I got you.
So like there's other DJs that play more of like that techie house vibe that fits the certain artist that we're headlining, and you get rotated to see like, hey, let me play a different slot because I want to go hard, and then we want to do a back to back, things like that. And then obviously if we have like outside shows and you've been with with Wasted for quite some time, they'll send you out there too, and then hit those shows up too as well.
Oh, have you done any out there yet, or
not yet? There's some in the works, but I can't say for what artist yet.
Yeah, like that, homie.
Yeah, it's not even announced yet.
So hey, Kevin, come on, dog. Let's say some shit.
No, we can't even announce yet. So these guys have their own agencies and management too, bro. So,
right on. I know.
So some artists like, I don't want to tell the whole world, this was about to do a whole tour, and everyone knows before this fool even announces it.
Yeah, well, that's what this stuff was all about, bro. We're the league. That's cool. Well, look, man. Honestly, are they taking care of you over there?
Yeah, dude.
That's good to hear, bro.
It's been cool, dude. It's been a cool ride.
That's good.
I think when the time I joined that team, it came at a good time in my life.
All right.
And it kind of happened when music started up, so it was pretty cool. A pretty cool time. It happened during COVID time, so it was kind of crazy, dude. Like, hey, let me take DJing on another level now.
Uh-huh.
And then sometimes doing shows with you guys too.
Yeah, with low end. Yeah.
That shit's always fun too.
Yeah. I mean, we're excited for our next show that we're having in 2 weeks. Hope you're able to come out to that.
Oh yeah, with Mystic, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta come out to whenever you play again. Are you exclusive on Wasted, or can you play other shows right now too?
I can play other shows.
Yeah, because that's something that I would hear as a rumor a lot too when people would join Wasted, is that they'd have to be very exclusive. I'm not sure if that pertained to some people, but I heard some people that would leave Wasted because of that restriction, is that they were being told that they would only be able to play like only Wasted events. They couldn't play.
Yeah, you can play other shows, bro. You know, like how I see it, you know, is like I want to play for like artists, bro. Like get on a sick ass lineup,
right?
You know, and like I think like when I like to do shows, you know, it's like hey, get some content together, get on an artist lineup,
right?
And just build content like that, bro. Like after that, I'm just working on music.
For sure.
You know, so if it's an artist that I know, hey, I want to play for that artist, you know, just let them know what's up and do what you gotta do, you know, to set up your sets and things like that. You know, I think that's what's the fun part. You can play whatever lineup you want. You know,
right.
just be able to play that genre too.
Yeah, that's good, bro. Because I hear a lot of artists and DJs too, where some event groups where they're with, they won't allow like the people that like, if, for example, like there's some event companies out there that'll tell these DJs like, if you want to play with us, you have to join our team.
Yeah,
you have to be exclusive with us, so you can't play with any other of our competition or like any other event company. Like you have to, and they make you believe too that our way is the way to like break through the industry. So a lot of times I know it's a lot of that manipulative things going on with some of these event companies where they're telling these newer experienced or less experienced DJs, artists that don't really know too much. You know, they definitely try to flip up a lot of shit, and honestly, I don't think when you're, it depends. Like I think
when you're starting off, you gotta figure out like what you're gonna do. You know,
right?
And same thing with like Academy. Like the way to get in there, bro, you gotta have some music, experience DJing, and then kind of have some sort of following,
right,
to bring in. You know, because I have a couple of friends of mine that DJ and produce.
Right.
They play in there like, oh, how do you get in? Well, you gotta know somebody or have some sort of traction already going on to get on those lineups. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a couple of people, that they play at other smaller collectives, and they're able to get into these shows as well because they know so and so, or like with Night Bass, there's a couple of friends that they went to Icon, that's schooling for music, and they're able to get on Night Bass, some shows too as well.
Word.
And they've done shows for like AC Slater, and they've done a couple shows with them.
For sure.
But that's their clique,
No, for sure. I mean,
so it's pretty cool.
I can definitely understand that from like a clique to like this is more of our own kind of like vibe perspective.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just it just depends on where you're at in your stage as a DJ. Like if you want to, I guess, be exclusive to a certain event company and you go with them.
Yeah.
Or you're just like, fuck it, like I'll do an event with you, but I'm still gonna be doing like all these other.
Yeah, it's true, dude. Like play. I think you gotta play what you can, get your hands on. And like it's dope. Like doing some underground shows, or if you got shows in other cities, like shit, go out and do them, bro.
Uh-huh.
But I think a lot of like, at least what like I see in LA, is a bunch of afters, companies that do shit now, and there's like so many, bro. It's like a dozen of different afters, different collectives during the week, and then Riverside's got that too, and it's like it's the same people playing for the same shows too.
Yeah.
That I see that, like you got Electric Zoo, Novocaine, all them.
Electric Jungle.
Yeah. They got a pretty sick lineup, and they get their, it's almost like their same DJs that they rotate.
Yeah, those are the guys.
So they're all the boys doing that stuff, and,
right?
I see they play all the shows, but it's the same boys, which is cool. They all move together, which is pretty lit.